Hi, I'm Jeff. I'm with American Coaster Enthusiast, Western Great Lakes, and I'm here at Six Flags Great America, where on September 1st they announced that they're going to be getting Joker, Free Fly Coaster, for the 2017 season. I'm here with Katy, Enrique. She's the communications manager for Six Flags Great America. Morning.
Got it. Good morning.
We're kind of just wondering, we actually put out some questions, but we'll get to those later. We're just going to kind of go over how we're here at the former East River Crawler site, and I was just wondering what all is going to be happening here, what's going to be going on throughout the park, maybe around Fright Fest and such, but we'll go ahead and get started with basically the area where Joker's going to be.
Definitely. So, we're standing here, like you said, in Yankee Harbor. We got East River Crawler behind us, and we've got the bridge in front of us that goes over to Mardi Gras. And so you'll actually see the Joker span from the Raging Cajun site, the old Raging Cajun site, all the way across. This bridge will be knocked down, all the way up to the East River Crawler and the Jester's Wild Ride area, and it'll go right up against Batman. So you will no longer be able to enter the park into Yankee Harbor straight through this bridge area. You'll actually do a pathway around it, which is more on the Picnic Grove side.
Okay.
So that's kind of where Joker is going. It'll be this huge visual statement, really, right in the middle of our midway. It'll be very impressive, very cool. And you'll be able to see it on both sides, which is really rare for most of our coasters.
Okay, cool. And you'd mentioned Jester's Wild Ride.
Yes.
That's going out and away, or
Jester's Wild Ride is just getting taken down for now.
Okay.
If it finds a new home here, we'll put it back up. But for right now, we'll probably just put that in storage.
Okay.
Whereas East River Crawler will be going over into the Orbit's location, and the Orbit is gone for the year. Or it's gone forever.
Now, is it still going to be the East River Crawler, or will it become Lobster again? Or
So a lot of employees really want to rename it the Lobster, and I think we're going to go that route. So right now, there actually might see a banner come out here soon that will say, the Lobster's relocating over to Orbit, or actually maybe if you go over to Orbit, it might say the new home of the Lobster. So we'll be going through that naming transition.
So the guys from Deadliest Catch apparently caught the Lobster now and he's taken over to the other side. Okay, cool. Anything that you guys would like to cover? Anything that about things that are going to be going on in the park here, say around Fright Fest time, or?
Yeah, well, one more thing I would say to note for this area is we're going to be doing a little bit of a redo in Angelo's. So as you know, whenever we build a new ride in an area, we try to kind of update that restaurant that's in that location, to help with some throughput for food, better seating locations, and things like that. So you will see Angelo's get a little bit of an overhaul during the winter months and reopen up as, if you think of the JBs and the Strutters concepts, how they've become more of a quick order business. That's what we want to do to Angelo's. Too. Exactly.
Okay.
And then if you want to move on to Fright Fest, we do have an exciting Fright Fest. We're going to have 2 new houses, 2 new shows. Probably one of the biggest things for people to know is that we're coming out of the harbor. We're not going to be out in Hurricane Harbor anymore.
Oh, okay.
So those 2 houses, The Abyss and Fear, and then it was also like Total Darkness, had a couple names out there. We're going to relocate those inside the park here. So if any of you have been roaming around Kidsopolis, you will notice that there's been a big, kind of black mesh fence in there. That's going to be our new Big Top Terror haunted house in there. And then we have another one going in Southwest Territory over by the Mission. It's going to be called Infestation. So kind of bring it back into the theme parks. That's where people stay anyways. And bring 2 houses into the theme park.
And now I guess I'm going to start into some of our questions too that we already had, because I do remember we have a question about is that Fright Pass going to be effective this year too, where it's like $30 I think it is.
Yeah. So you should see those starting to pop up on SixFlags.com very soon if they're not up already. Actually, if you bought a season pass during the flash sale, you might have seen some pop-ups about adding on Fright Fest goodies and things like that. So you will see that there is a Fright Fest Haunted House wristband. Again, you won't be able to buy them as individual houses. You have to buy them all, either one day or for the season.
Is there going to be a single rider line for Joker?
I think our goal is to always add a single rider line where we can. I don't think we've gotten too in-depth with the queue line quite yet, considering there's just kind of a lot of movement going on with just getting the coaster placed where it needs to go. But it is always our goal to add single rider line. I just haven't heard it confirmed yet.
Okay. I mean, it's still so far out.
Yeah.
You really can't tell from there. We went over the name change.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have an expected date, or are we just going to go with spring, summer?
We kind of like to go with spring. This past winter, December was really, really mild, which makes building any kind of roller coaster really, really easy. But if you think back to the winter of 2014, 2013, it was really, really cold. So
those guys out on Goliath.
I know, it was really cold.
That was brutal.
So, our goal is usually try to get somewhere in that Memorial Day range, either the week before or week after, and try to be kind of right in that sweet spot when summer's officially kind of kicking off.
And do some, like usual, have some special things for season pass holders that you get to come in and
usually
before
like
the general public.
a media event, a t-shirt event, and a season pass holder event are kind of the three key things.
Fright Fest questions.
Yes.
We have. Are the Gates of Hell still going to be located in the same location this year?
Yep. Gates of Hell is still going to be over here in our Picnic Grove area just off of Yankee Harbor. Right now, I think we're hoping to still enter people in through Raging Cajun because it does have a nice queuing area. So that would be our goal for this year. But if that doesn't happen, then you'll still be entering over on this Picnic Grove entrance side.
Okay.
And then we have, additionally to that, the Zombie Apocalypse, which is that walkthrough through Roaring Rapids, as everybody knows that. If we go to the back of the park, we have Massacre Medical Center, which is back in County Fair, and we'll have Big Top Terror back in Kidsopolis, kind of continuing to come around. We'll have Infestation and Manslaughter Manor in Southwest Territory.
Now you brought up Kidsopolis.
Yes.
Here's a good question now. Then during the day, it's still going to be Kidsopolis,
Yep.
but at night, it's going to be closed down. You're just going to go in.
Yeah, so just kind of like last year, our kiddie areas are not open on Friday nights because we start off Fright Fest, and then Saturdays and Sundays, those kids' areas usually close around 4 or 5 o'clock. So then at 6 o'clock, when we are all hell breaks loose, no mercy, essentially all families are kind of cleared of those areas so we can do Fright Fest.
And last year, Fright Fest ran till midnight. It's only going to be running until like 11.
It's going to be 11 o'clock on Saturdays
Okay,
this
and
year.
then it's like the last hour, like you just
and
said.
the last hour will still be that witching hour,
Okay.
which is basically that one last big scare as you try to leave.
Cool. Okay. Will Rage of the Gargoyles still be running during Fright Fest, and is there any end date? Or is that going to be maybe into next year?
You know, it's going to, Rage of the Gargoyles is definitely going to run through Fright Fest. I think you'll see some hours swapped around, so it'll be running Friday nights, and then it'll run during Fright Fest times. So that way, when the families are here during the day, we can kind of load them up and get them through Demon. As kids are here enjoying the family by day portion of it, and then we'll turn on VR basically in the evening.
So it'd be Demon by day, Gargoyles by night.
Yeah,
cool.
exactly.
That's good then.
Exactly. So I think that will help us with that whole family then down to our more ready to be scared crowd.
And then the non-scary seat would be the front tube since you
Right.
have those two. Yeah. Okay. And how does Joker affect Fright Fest this year?
I don't think it really will affect it a whole lot. I mean, we're going to try to get the bridge cleared out this year. We're going to try to get the orbit completely taken down and the lobster moved, and then Jesters will probably happen in the off season. So I think you'll just start seeing some, steps to getting, ready to start putting a roller coaster in, but you won't actually see the ride itself being built in, October.
Right, it's going to be probably
It'll be later.
Into those bonus weekends.
Exactly.
On the bonus weekends, that'll be in November.
Just that November one.
Right. Will there be anything left of Fright Fest, or will there be anything?
So I'm certain some of our props will still be up and kind of floating around. It does take us a while to strike Fright Fest. It takes us probably like 2 to 3 full weeks to strike Fright Fest here at the park, but you will not see any characters. So there will not be any active scaring going on here at the park with any characters roaming around.
But none of the houses would be open.
The houses won't be open. You'll just probably
so
still have some decor hanging
those
around.
coming back.
Yeah.
Really going to see. They're just going to see. And
yeah, it'll just be a fall weekend essentially.
You'll still have rides and
yes.
things open. So
yep.
Okay.
Still have
and
rides.
The food unit. And any ideas on any of the new dining options that will be coming out?
We really start to look at our dining at the end of the season, so we do not have any confirmed information on dining, what's coming in, what might be going out. But for the most part, we're usually not looking to shrink the menu. Usually we're looking to streamline the menu, to have as many options available, but still to streamline it so you can find a lot of options in a variety of locations at the park. So it's all about kind of adding capacity and volume to that pass.
And what works better.
Yeah.
Great. The entrance to the water park.
Yes.
Looks like the separate entrance. Looks like it's been very popular.
Yes.
Is there any kind of plans to improve that, make it better for the guests coming in and out, or is it still going to kind of stay the same and it hasn't really been that popular, but
yeah.
I think it has.
It has been really popular, actually. I mean, we've had it up there for a couple of seasons now, and all we know is that our guests want it more, and they want it longer, and they want to be able to exit. So, as we're doing this interview today on Monday, Labor Day, this is the last day of the water park, so we'll start really getting into those plans of what's happening with that gate almost immediately, because we want to make sure that we're prepared to put in whatever we need. So we do plan on keeping that gate. We do plan on making it still more and more operational each season. And ideally we'd love for our guests to be able to even get their passes processed and everything over there in the water park too, so you can completely bypass the theme park if you're not doing that day. So yeah, the plan is to continue to make that gate better.
Cool. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Well, thank you for spending some time with us, and hey, happy rest of the season.
I know.
And looking forward to the Joker in 2017.
Yeah, we are too. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Well, there you have it. What's coming up in 2017? The Joker. free fly coaster. And I guess the lobster is going to go on the other side where Orbit was. Orbit apparently is not going to be of this world. We're standing now currently where the park is going to be bent around, or the midway is going to be bent around through. Apparently the station for Raging Cajun is going to be going into the scrapyard. And just a kind of a thank you to the park for having us out, answering our questions that we had, and we look forward to seeing you guys in 2017.